The Independent National Electoral Commission has reported that over 1 million Nigerians completed the online pre-registration process during the first week of the continuous voter registration exercise that established a relatively low number of registrations from the Southeast region has been a major concern for many who compare it to numbers recorded in other parts of the country, such as Lagos and Osun, with some electorates even alleging the beginnings of misconduct. Really interesting one coming. We're joined now in the studio by Cherechi Toti, who is a member of the Obidient Movement, and we can call him Lekwas. He's also Mr. Chimezie Elekwachi, member Obidient Movement. Mr. Elekwachi, thank you so much for joining, and Ms. Toti, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Great to have you. So we're seeing some striking statistics, bringing it back to the Southeast. We're seeing Ebonyi, which apparently recorded the lowest figures nationally with 261 registrants. We also have Enugu at 484 applicants, Imo with 481, Abia contributing 772 registrations, with Anambra listed in another infographic, not even the main list that surfaced, yet another infographic recording 62,698. Now there's so many questions. Why was Anambra, which had the highest figure, omitted from that list that went viral, only for us to see Anambra crop up in the other infographic that had the map of Nigeria? I mean, why was the highest numbered states in the Southeast omitted from the post that went viral and only seen in that particular infographic that we have on screen right now? So away from there, let's get your reaction. Let's start with you, Mr. Elekwachi, to the statistics. Quite shocking, aren't they?
Yeah. Usually political matters are not our biggest areas when it comes to voter registration and all of that. But it also could be a litmus test to show whether the numbers from the other states are actually also very true, because you know that region starts from voter registration. If anything goes wrong, it starts from the ab initio. So it's also a wake-up call for us in the Southeast to know that we are supposed to get involved, get registered, and also make sure that our first-time voters who are eligible to vote are actually given that heads up to know that they have come to that age of maturity, that age of majority, where their votes now will count and matter.
All right, Bam, let's get your reaction, your initial reaction to these figures, comparative figures.
Okay, actually, it didn't come to me as a surprise because over the years, there have been this kind of voter apathy from the Southeast. In 2015, we had just 2.7 million voters from the whole of the Southeast, and Kano State had about 2.1 million just from Kano. I'm not saying these figures are very correct, but over time, in the 2023 election, from the Southeast, we had about 10.9 million registered voters. But at the end of the day, only 1.4 million showed up to vote. So I know our biggest strength, like he said, is not politics. We are entrepreneurs, we are business people, but we also should know that one policy, like politics dictates your life, one bad policy can crumble the business you spent years to build. So we from the Southeast, this is a wake-up call. We should get involved in this election and electoral processes.
So do you suspect any foul play whatsoever? I mean, Nigerians online are saying, hey, INEC has already started, though. Which one is that Southeast has the lowest, though? How did they check? Oh, what are the figures? You know, are you skeptical at all about these figures?
Of course, very skeptical. Our electoral body and other agencies haven't actually shown the top level of integrity. So every Nigeria suspects them.
Right.
So me too, I have that skepticism. Those figures are so outrageous. And if you see the region where it's coming from, it looks like there is already a plot on ground.
Have the glitches we've seen with the examination bodies fed into this skepticisms that you are displaying right now?
Of course, you see JAMB having glitch, and recently WAEC too. So if these bodies, the examination bodies are actually what determines the future of these children. So if JAMB comes and say, oh, sorry, there was a glitch, let's have a rerun or a rewrite, and WAEC says, oh, there was a glitch, so why wouldn't I suspect the INEC?
Okay. INEC started the glitch.
I want to answer this question, right? First-time voters, it's a call for them to come register and all that stuff, but from precedents and things that have been happening in the country, right, and regards to election, how it turns out at the end of the day. Is this discouraging, even the Southeasterners to come out en masse to start registering? Because at the end of the day, they always fail. And with the knowledge out there, with the message out there, conversations out there, we all know what happened after the 2023 elections and how disheartening the citizens of the country were, the outcome and all that. And this is one of the reasons why we're spreading always first.
Yeah, it's discouraging because I've been part of election monitoring since around 2011 when we started the first voter registration after the 1999 election. And in the last 2023 election was the highest turnout I've seen in my polling booth because I've always monitored the election in my polling booth. And we had a lot of optimism, hope, but that was dashed, starting with the glitch with INEC. People turned out. I know friends who had been relocated from Enugu, who had to come all the way to come and vote. And at the end of the day, the glitch that we experienced and the outcome of the election, people were disheartened. But I think as well that we have young, impressionable people who are first-time voters who are coming out. And the common thing that people say is Nigeria has happened to me, and there's always some negativity out there about the country. But the thing that we should know is that irrespective of anything, whether we change our nationality or go anywhere, we will always have that badge as being a Nigerian. Whether you say, I'm finally an American citizen, they will say you are an American with a Nigerian descent. You understand? So for the first-time voters, we are very interested to encourage them to vote. And one of the things that I want to bring people's attention to is the Montgomery March, when the blacks boycotted the bus system because of the way we started with the way Rosa Parks was treated. And in Nigeria as well, we have had the NSAS, which has also shown that it is possible to Sorosoke. So we must be able to show government that Ofuonya is that and on her zero that the Ofuonya will not be able to finish it. So we have to show that the power is in the hands of the citizens.
For this generation, they are looking at everything that's happening, right? The elders, how they felt after the election exercise and all that, and the outcome. Don't you think that this is actually going to deter them? Like, why would I waste my time? Because at the end of the day, my vote will not count.
Yeah, it's deterring, it's demotivating, but we must be able to soldier on, we must be able to march on, we have to be able to encourage people. I was talking to a friend of mine recently, and then I said, oh, I need to know where the person is, and so that I can be able to fix the time. And he said to me, everybody has left. Nobody is in the country again. You understand? And when the people see you, they say, why are you still here? I was expecting that you should have left by now. But the Igbo say that now, oh yeah, if a gun blows or is shot in your father's house, and you say, hey, who are you saying that it should be shot in their house? So if something is going wrong in your place, where are you going to run to and leave the things that you're supposed to take care of? And, so okay. So at this time, we have to either stand on the mountain, and we need to be able to sit around and cover our territory.
Let's come to you, Terry G. I mean, we see this movement by the new campaign by the Obidient Movement titled Go Merge. And it just called to mind now. Could you walk us through this new campaign, what it's calling for, and the response received so far?
Okay, actually, like what he just said, people are demotivated. People are demoralized. People don't want to come and vote, especially the young people. They're like, oh, our votes don't count. After all, this election is being written or read already before the election. So the Obidient Movement came up with a campaign titled Go Mad. It means get organized, make election rigging difficult. So the aim of this campaign is to tell people, I used to say to my friends when they tell me elections don't count, I'm like, if your votes don't count, nobody will want to steal your votes. You don't know what those politicians, they don't sleep at night. They are plotting ways to steal this vote or even to buy the vote with millions of money. So if your votes don't count, nobody wants to buy your votes. There won't even be an election in the first place. Okay, we have some African countries that they've not run election in like forever. But Nigeria is a democracy and our vote counts. So we are trying to let people know that your vote can count. And no, election rigging thrives in low turnout. Whenever you see, oh, they gave fictitious numbers, people didn't come out there. Whenever you see they came to, maybe the louds came to chase away people, carry the ballot boxes, it's for them to, rewrite the whole thing. But when people turn out en masse, when you come and you vote, your vote will definitely count. So that's what the Obidient Movement is on right now. And here in Enugu, we've been doing a lot to educate the people. On the 20th of August, we had a press conference led by our state coordinator, our Ebu state coordinator, Mr. Chukwude Ikenna Klat, Mr. Klat. So in that press conference, we let people know that your vote will really count. So come out and vote. You need your PVC. You need your PVC. It's better you have it and you don't need it than when you need it and you do not have it. So that is what this campaign is all about.
It's even great there because I was going to bring this sensitization to it, right? Because people, apparently, if you go to the street right now on the bus stop, I tell you, out of 10 people, right, 4 or 6 of them might not know that something like this is going on, right?
And rest assured, Afia TV has conducted those vox pops and would be unveiling those reactions soon. Right now, as we speak, we have a correspondent on ground trying to find out if people are even showing up for the in-person verification exercise, the in-person registration at the local government in Enugu. So that's going to be coming your way. Hopefully, we have enough time on today's show. So let's come back to you now, Mr. Lekwas. There's a lot of confusion as to where Peter Obi stands. I understand that the Obidient Movement is strongly driven by Peter Obi, who was the Labour Party candidate in the 2023 general elections. But right now, there's some confusion. Is this ADC? Is it LP? Where is he? Yeah, and where does the Obidient Movement differ from the Labour Party?
The Obidient Movement stands with Peter Obi.
Regardless of where he is?
The Obidient Movement stands with Peter Obi. Where he goes, we go. The point is, yes, on the surface, there could be some doubts as to where, because we've seen him join the coalition, we've seen the fact that he has promoted the ADC candidates as well, and he hasn't also officially said he's not a Labour Party any longer, so that could be some level of doubt as to where he stands. But where he stands is where the Obidient Movement stands. We're not in any doubt of what his character, competence, and his abilities are, and we believe in his ideologies, and that's why we stand with him.
Traditionally, right, if you're B2B's strategic advisor at this point in time to pick up an umbrella for him to run, right, which of these party would propel him? They talk about structure, and people can actually stay there and do what they have to do and make sure. The main thing is just to get him to that office, and everything happens right. So now, which advice would you give to him? To ride on the same LP or ADC or someone from the grapevine we're hearing that are trying to poach him for PDP? Which of these parties do you think people could actually, be on and to have that adverse effect?
I would say to him, ride with the people, because it was the people that he rode with in the last election. And we were told that we were 3 persons speaking in the room.
Oh, actually.
Who was the 4th person?
Me.
You see, I like that we're 2 women on set, so they cannot know.
Yeah.
We have a seat on the table. A seat on the table.
Where that conversation was coming from, it's part of the coalition right now. If you want to talk about the individual that was speaking about 4 people to say anything in the room, right? He's part of the coalition. At the end of the day, he came home.
So clarify this for us. Go ahead, Mr. Lekwas.
Which part should I clarify?
The entire thing, because right now we've said a lot, but we're lacking specifics. Where exactly? I mean, I understand the Obidient Movement would move with Peter Obi regardless of the party.
But an umbrella.
Yeah. So what's the umbrella really? What's the rule?
So I think eventually it will become clearer to everybody. There's a lot in the making. There's a lot in the offing. There's a lot of conversations happening at the background, and in due time it will be very clear as to where we stand.
Very political answer for a political season. Let's come back to you now. So could you give us your final take on this, your final response to all of these questions, and what your exact call to action is to Nigerians this morning?
Okay, my final take on this is Peter B knows what he's doing. Okay, right now he hasn't come out to say he's not a member of the Labour Party. So the last I checked, he's a member of the Labour Party, but in the coalition. Okay, so the Obidient Movement stands with P2B. And right now, the way we are structuring this Obidient Movement, it's no longer about the top seats, even from the councillor, even from the local government chairman. So the Obidient Movement is an umbrella covering people who want good governance, who crave good governance. Everybody's an obedient. If you want any party you belong to, we have obedient across all the political parties. We have obedient in the APC, we have obedient in the PDP, we have obedient in LP and every other party, ADC. So right now, my call to the Southeast in particular, we should get involved. Okay, I know these figures could be manipulated somehow, somewhat, but we can't take it away that the Southeast and the Southeasterners are not so interested in politics.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
sorry, promise me a second. I want to ask this question. First sentence. So many people rode on P2B's wave, Obedience wave, and got to the office and defected. And you're calling on the councillors, the state house, and all that. What happens at the end of the day that some people are not even genuine? The ride with the wave, at the end of the day, they're defecting, just wanting to clinch that power.
Okay, sorry, I think I should give you an answer to this question.
Okay.
Right now, we have the Obidient website, obidient.com, where you come to register as an obedient. We also have a part where you register if you want to run for office. Now, the last time happened, it was like a wave. A lot of people rode on the back of P2B, and they just got that grace covering them. And when they now got there, they kind of defected. This time around, whoever wants to run, whoever wants the support of the Obidient Movement has to start now to put in the work. We have to see your capacity. We have to see your willingness to serve before the Obidient. So it's not going to be business as usual. Best believe that whoever the Obidient support right now, at the end of the day for the election in 2027, is going to be a credible candidate. It's not a candidate that just wants to cross carpet. Like the one Senator Chris Chukwu did, the Senator Kelvin Chukwu, the brother of the late Oyibo. Yes, he just cross-carpeted to APC because he just got the seats. He didn't work for it. It was just the Labour Party and the P2B wave that took him there.
How would you describe the membership of the Obedience Movement in Enugu currently?
Oh, we have I think Enugu Obedience, I dare say, is one of the strongest chapters in Nigeria, because right now we have a secretariat, we have an office. We are not just in the air. We have where we meet, we have where we discuss, and we're actually the first state to get an office.
How many members?
Oh, right now we have about more than 2,000 members, because in our WhatsApp group we already had 1,000 and the group is closed because we can't take more than that. And there is another group. So in Enugu we have more than 2,000 registered members, but let's believe the whole of Enugu is obedient.
That's right. So we do have the figure here. Anambra standing tall in comparison to other states in the southeast. 62,898. Oh, sorry, take that. I guess an error. 62,698 registrations from Anambra. Of course, we could tie that to the election, the November 8th Anambra election. Maybe that's why they have a higher count. Yeah, but I mean, I thought it was quite shocking that Anambra did not make the actual list that went viral. I think the 37 there now said total. And they calculated. I don't know. Well, I don't want to stir any controversy. Let's leave it at that. I think we've said enough. Thank you so much for joining the show this morning.
Oh, thank you.
We're already out of time. I told you
time.
you're surprised at the end of the show. I told you. And it's happening.
I love it. I think I will come here more often.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Can you close up on our guest so she can say that again? Can Charity say that again?
Oh, I think I love it here at Afia TV. And I just want to come back again and again and again and again.
Now I have to end the show with my shoulders up high. I see the dress is not good enough. Let me raise my shoulders and end this program or this segment. You see, my head is already, I'm already seeing stars. It's already touching.